What's up, guys? It's Coach Z, Coach Zara, your colorful coach, and today I'm going to talk about tryouts, but specifically how I like to run my volleyball tryouts. So I'm lucky with high school volleyball. I get to have 1 or 2 days. This year I'm deciding to do 2 days so I can kind of split things up a little bit further and really evaluate the girls. So I start off tryouts with just introducing myself to the girls. Who am I? What do I stand for as a coach? And what I expect of them from today. So I just expect them to play their hardest, do their best, have fun, try not to get nervous. I mean, I am evaluating them, but ultimately it's just another day of volleyball and we're just here to have fun and play and have, a great, jolly, good time. And then we go up into dynamics, so I have them stretch as a team, and then we do warm-ups. So for warm-ups, I usually shorten my warm-ups from regular practice, and I just have them do focus 5, which is going to be 10-foot line passing, mid-line passing, back line passing, and then they do the same thing setting, 10-foot, mid, back, about 10 balls in each area, and then they're going to do 10 down balls with a partner, so one partner hitting, the other partner passing, and then they're going to do peppering, but instead of doing peppering where it's I pass, you set, I hit, I have them pass, set, hit to themselves, and then their partner. Pass, set, hit, pass, set, hit. And the reason I do this is because it kind of lets me evaluate ball control a lot more. Like if you're able to pass yourself, set yourself, and hit, your ball control is honestly much better if you're just passing to the other player. So yeah, that's our volleyball warm-ups. And then because I'm doing a 2-day tryout, I'm splitting it where the first day is going to be more skills. So everybody's going to do the skills, but I have, like, my first drill is a communication drill. My second drill is everybody hitting. My third drill is everybody passing. My fourth drill is everybody blocking. And then we go into hitters versus defense where everybody does those things in their position. And then we will do 6-on-6 play. So if I was doing a 1-day tryout, I'd try to get into the 6-on-6 play a little bit faster. But because I have 2 days of tryouts, my main 6-on-6 play will be tomorrow, like the next day after. And that whole tryout, we really will mostly do 6-on-6 play. So I'm just going to walk you guys through how I'm doing my tryouts this year. So the first drill that we are going to do is everybody's going to be doing run-through draw balls. So the first drill is they're going to start back here, run through a ball here. The second drill is they're going to start back here, run through a ball here, and then they'll start here, run through, start here, run through. And I'll just have everybody go through like individually. So this will go first, then this, then this, then this, everybody in a line. And this goes super duper duper fast. So normally I split a few girls aside to shag into 2 groups and I switch them. And I mean, if somebody doesn't go for the ball, they just got to get back in line. They're going to do about 3 in each of those positions, and then we'll go on to the next drill. So the next drill is going to be serve receive. I'm just doing a basic serve receive. 3 people on the court. You're going to have your servers back here, servers on the other side, 3 people on the court. After you pass, you're going to become target. Target's going to go back to serve. Same thing, pass, go to target. Target's going to go back to serve. And I usually just try to do that for about 15 minutes. Almost every single one of my drills is kind of geared to be like 15 minutes. And then every 2 drills, I send the girls to go get water. That way I know that they're staying hydrated. The next drill I like to do after that is just some sort of drill to enforce communication. So for this, I'm going to do ghost ball. And what that is going to be is it's going to be 3 people on the court. They're going to be laying down right here. I'm going to slap the ball. I'm over here. I'm going to slap the ball, bounce the ball somewhere on the other side of the court. And all 3 girls are going to run to the other side of the court. And then they get 3 touches to send the ball back over the net. So that could be a pass, set, hit, a pass, 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 a pass, set, set. Like, it doesn't matter, but their goal is to get the ball back over to the other side of the net. And this ball I can bounce literally anywhere on the court. So they have to communicate. Like, I really enforce, somebody's got to call the ball, somebody's got to go for the ball, and you guys have to figure out who's setting, who's passing, who's hitting in a very small amount of time. And then after that drill, I just like to do hitting lines with a coach's toss. So my coaches are just going to toss the ball, everybody's going to hit, and it helps me see where their footwork is at, where their swing is at, and then they have to go shag the ball and get back in line. And the focus of that drill is just to get your feet work to the ball and keep the ball out in front of you. The next drill I like to do after that is to see where they're at with blocking. Now, I don't want to do a ton of blocking at tryouts just because with my younger girls, sometimes you can have feet injuries when you have a couple girls that aren't used to blocking. So I like to have 2 coaches on a box. We're holding a ball above the net. So I'm going to show you that. So we're on a box right here. We're holding a ball right here, on a box right here, holding a ball right here. And the girls are just going up to block, and they're just trying to touch that ball, push through their shoulders, and come back down. Then they go back in line, same thing. Next person. And then because I'm only going to have 2 coaches, we'll also have the middles swing block to do this. And then the pins are just going to single block. Then I go into hitting lines, but I don't like to do normal hitting lines. I like to do hitters versus defense. So what that is going to be is you're going to have a passer here, you're going to have your 3 hitters, you're going to have your setter, you're going to have a coach inserting a ball. And it's just going to be a normal pass set hit, but then you're going to have blockers right here and your defense back here. So with this, the goal is the defense wants to get 10 digs before the hitters get 5 kills. And the block also counts as a dig. So it's just goal oriented where both teams have to focus. And then every time they hit, they go back in line, but the blocker stays the same. And then once the drill's over and one side wins, then whatever hitter is like the last person to hit will become the blocker, and then the defense will switch out with however many defenders that you have. And then the last drill I'm gonna do for the first day of tryouts is starting to get into gameplay. So you're just gonna have 6-on-6 and you're gonna play USA. So what USA is one side gets to serve, and then this side is like the first side that plays. They get a serve. If they get that point, then they get a down ball from a coach. And then if they get that point, then they get a free ball from a coach. And if they get all 3 of those points, then they get a big point, which is U. And then if they get another one, S, and then A, and then they win the game. But we're just going to switch. So this side would be the serve-receive side. They get the down ball, the free ball, and then this side would be the serve-receive ball, and then they get the down ball and free ball. And they're just trying to compete against each other and win all 3 of those points. With that drill, I normally just tell them when I want them to wash through or make switches, and it's just at the end of maybe getting like all 6 of those balls. So once both sides have gotten their serve, receive, down ball, free ball, then they'll make switches with somebody that's off the court. And I like this because it shows a little bit more of communication, how my setters are making decisions, how my liberos are getting the ball all the way to the setter, and if my hitters are being smart, tooling the block, pushing to different positions, stuff like that. And it just starts to go into the 6-on-6 play for the next day. And the next day is mostly just 6-on-6 play. So just a little recap, since I have 2 days of tryouts, I'm doing the 6-on-6 the next day, but that first day I want to do a strong warm-up drill, a communication drill. I want to go through basically every skill set. I don't really go through setting with everybody, but hitting with everybody, defense with everybody, and some sort of communication drill, and then some sort of 6-on-6 or playing. And then the second day of tryouts, then I do like true 6-on-6 drills, which I'll be posting that video tomorrow.